Alright, so here I am at the GameCube. We're just going to do a minor modification to this. If you know the XenoGC, which I put in earlier, it comes on red and then it'll go off and then come back on orange. There's an LED indicator to show that it patches. And if you'll note, you can't really see it that well. Like you can see a little bit, goes off, comes back on orange. Very faintly. I can see a little better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the default LEDs out and I'm going to put them on the front one right here. So the Xeno will be controlling the front, and yeah, so this will be red and then it'll go off and come back on the default color. So that's what I'll be doing. So first off, we're going to want to take apart our GameCube, and what you will need for this is a game bit screwdriver. You can use a pen method, but I don't recommend it, so I'm not even going to show you how to do that. Then you'll need a Phillips screwdriver, medium-sized one, like that, and something to hold the screws in. I just got this little container. So let me just put down the wood grain so it looks a little nicer. Yeah, there we go. There you go. Alright. So first off, if you have the Game Boy player or any attachment plugged in, you're going to want to take that out. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so now that you've gotten all your accessories removed, you can go ahead and take the four game bit or safety screws out of the corners of the GameCube. So there's four. There you go, here's the first one. Our lid just comes right off, and there you go. And inside we've got a game. You might want to take that off, but you can leave it on to protect the laser if you want. If you're going to leave it on, make sure it's a game that you don't really care about, you know. So next up, what you want to do is you want to remove these two tabs holding in the front part of the GameCube, the controller ports. Just remove those. Stuff falling out everywhere. And you can actually remove it entirely if you want to. You can pull on the ribbon cable and just take it out. Gently just tug on it so then it's not in the way. And next up, what you're going to want to use is your medium-sized Phillips. Let me just get it. And you just want to remove the screws right here, here, and here, right on the memory card slots. Let's go ahead and do that. And on a side note, before we continue, this is where the power LED indicator is. Right here, you can see the LED. So in the future, what we're going to do is we're going to desolder these 2 points right here, and we're going to take our LED because we want the same color, and we're going to run wires all the way back to the Xeno, and this. So we'll use the original LED to maintain that same color. Alright, so let's continue. Now you've got a ton of screws to take off. You've got some right here, 5. You've got 4 at the back, which actually, to get to, you need to take off this. So to do that, you take off this clips just like you did with the front, and it should just come off. And you got 4 at the back, and you've got 5 here. 2 to begin with on the fan, and then 3 underneath. I recommend beginning with the fan because it'll just get in the way in the future. So first off, what you want to do with your fan, just zoom in, is you want to remove the power cord. So just go ahead and do that, rock back and forth, kind of wiggle its way out there. There you go. And then you just want to take out the screws. all these screws taken out, what you can do a little bit is you can lift it right up, and it will unplug from that plug right there. So now you can basically put this aside, and we'll move on to just the disk drive for now. So we have a metal shielding right under here, and on the top we got our plastic. So what we want to get to is the board where the Xeno actually is, and to do that we need to take out these tiny screws. So you might have to switch over to a smaller screwdriver. So we got 6, I believe. Yeah, 6. And yeah, so you just take these out and the metal shielding should come off. Right, so now we've got our shielding ready to be taken off. We got all our 6 screws out, so we can just lift it off. There you go. And you can see my electrical tape work. And you can see right here. Ooh, it's a bit fuzzy. You can see the 2 LEDs. One is orange and one is green. Basically, we're going to take out both of them, but you're going to have to mark them to make sure you know which one's which. So I've marked where we're going to put our wires, our jumper wires through, and it's right there. If you're wondering where that is, here, just give me a second here. Alright, so you put your lid back on, and you can see it comes out. Those are your memory card slots, and your bay sits right here. So, see what I mean? So it's easiest to come through the front. And another thing to note, this is orange. This one, the one closest to the edge, and this one, the one on the inner side, is red. So, unless if I've got it backwards, alright. A little annotation right here. I got it backwards, but I'm pretty sure I got it the right way around. Alright, good day. So we're going to remove the LEDs. This one is orange, that one's red, just to repeat. And we're going to try and use this red. I don't know, this one's a bit thick. I might have finer red, but for now we'll use the thicker one. So now we're going to attach our wires to the actual board itself. You can see I took the LEDs off. You don't actually need desolder bread. You just heat it up on one side, then heat up the other, and then just push it off. We're going to be using Kiner wire. You can use something thicker, but that's what I have kicking around. I mean, I have a whole roll. Anyways, I recommend 8 centimeters long is all you'll need. You'll need 4 pieces. And yeah, so let's begin soldering. Right, so with the wires attached, it's a bit blurry and out of focus, but with the wires attached, we're just going to put our LEDs on the ends. So I'm going to go get the controller casing, and I will be right back. So next up, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to remove the original LED, because that's the one that we will be using for the orange drive has been patched indicator. And yeah, so let's go ahead and desolder this. I'm going to recommend bread for this one. And yeah, fast forward in time. Two wires that we're going to go to, these two right here. We're going to connect our LED right there, because those lead back to that, the top one. It's a bit out of focus again, quite a pain, but anyway, so we're going to probably bend this, actually we're going to bend this back. Let's just do that. Right, so now we're going to solder this in. Make sure you know which one's positive and which one's negative. The bigger terminal on the inside, the wider one, is negative, the smaller one is positive. So let's go ahead, solder those in.
Alright, so here I have both LEDs soldered in. I've got the orange one, meaning that it's been successfully patched, and that is the original GameCube LED. As you can see, it's missing. And I've got a tiny red one that I have to use. It turns out that I did get them backwards. The orange one is actually the one closest to the edge of the board. I'll have a annotation there. Anyways, so I've put it in red LED and the orange LED. So when you boot up, you'll see it'll come on red. It's a really bright red LED. It'll go off, come back on with the natural GameCube orange. And these will all be projected through the original thing right here. So what we're going to do next, and I probably won't do it on camera again, I'm sorry for that, but I'm going to put the LEDs where they normally would be, which is this notch right here. You might want to put some electrical tape over where the original points were, and then I'm going to glue them in with either hot glue. I might even just tape them in. So this is going to be hilarious for you to watch me glue this bloody thing. It's just, oh god, bloody hell. Did I mention I hate hot glue? Alright, so I've reassembled the GameCube. My back hurts. I've been hunching over reassembling it. Anyways, I reassembled the GameCube now. Everything fit together nicely. I've put in all the screws and all that. And now we're going to test it. Even though I already know it works, but we're going to test it. It looks really nice. Here, I'll just give you an example. I don't know why I'm putting that in. So here we go. It's going to go on red right here, and it's going to go off and come back on the original color. So watch this. Red means it hasn't patched the drive yet. It goes off, comes back on its original color. I like it. As you can see with the original one, you couldn't really see it. You had to kind of peer through the vent, and where it was back there, I couldn't peer in the vent. So I changed it so that if it does ever crash in the future, I'll know it crashed. And yeah. Enough chatter. It works. I hope you found this useful. I'll have a diagram. Hopefully I'll have a diagram. If I forget a diagram, please comment and remind me to put up a diagram. And I'll see you later. Thank you for watching.